This is Radio Taiwan International. Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Michelle Chang coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Thursday, November 20th. A UK espionage alert shows China's infiltration strategy targeting Taiwan. Foreign Minister Lin says that Taiwan must support Japan against CCP bullying. And President Trump says U.S. chip revival needs Taiwan's help. But first, today's top story. Donghai University's China Mainland and Regional Development Research Center Deputy Director Bo Zhahong writes that MI5's new anti-espionage warning underscores China's 1,000 grains theory intelligence model. He argues that the same systematic infiltration seen in the UK is already targeting Taiwan's military and social resilience. In a recently published essay, Hong said Britain's rare public alert, which warned lawmakers that Chinese intelligence officers were posing as headhunters, consultants, and shell companies on LinkedIn, mirrors the tactics now appearing in Taiwan's latest espionage cases. He pointed to prosecutors' recent indictment of a Hong Kong man accused of recruiting active duty and retired military personnel on behalf of China's political warfare system. Investigators said the suspect repeatedly entered Taiwan under business and tourism pretexts, offering cash in exchange for sensitive information and wartime non-resistance. Hong argues that these developments fit neatly into what U.S. intelligence expert Nicholas F. Dimiades describes as the 1,000 grains theory, a model in which China deploys large numbers of low-visibility actors to collect small fragments of intelligence, which are later fused into strategic insights. Such activity, he wrote, is designed not only to gather information, but also to erode institutional cohesion, shape public perception, and prepare psychological conditions for conflict. Hong said the challenge for Taiwan is to treat national security as a society-wide resilience project, strengthening financial scrutiny, information literacy, platform security, and cross-agency monitoring. The real danger, he wrote, is not dramatic spy operations, but the tendency to dismiss these infiltrations as isolated events rather than components of a long-term systemic strategy. Foreign Minister Lin Jialong said Taiwan should support Japan at a time when tensions between Beijing and Tokyo are rising, arguing that Japan's stance is critical to countering China's, quote, bullying behavior. Japan has come under sharp criticism from Beijing after Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae told the Diet that the Chinese attack on Taiwan would trigger a survival-threatening situation under Japan's security laws. The designation would allow Japan to exercise collective self-defense, marking the strongest linkage yet between Taiwan's security and Japan's own survival. China summoned Japan's ambassador and demanded that the comments be withdrawn. Foreign Minister Lin, speaking ahead of a briefing at the legislature's Foreign Affairs Committee, said China's pattern of economic coercion, military intimidation, and information warfare has targeted not only Taiwan but multiple countries across the region. He said Tokyo's more assertive posture reflects growing concern over China's military buildup and its willingness to pressure neighbors.
At this critical moment, we must also support Japan so it can effectively stabilize the situation and stop the Chinese Communist Party's bullying behavior,
Foreign Minister Lin said. United States President Donald Trump again referenced Taiwan and the semiconductor industry, stressing that the U.S. cannot succeed unless foreign companies are allowed to bring technicians from their home countries to help build and operate chip fabs in America. Speaking at the U.S.-Saudi Investment Forum in Washington, Trump said the U.S. once dominated semiconductor manufacturing, but allowed its lead to erode as production shifted overseas. He cited Taiwan as an example, adding that he does not blame companies for moving, but argued that if past administrations had imposed a 250% tariff on chips made abroad, firms would have stayed. Trump emphasized that large-scale chip fabs, including those under construction in Arizona, require experienced engineers to start up and maintain operations, making it unrealistic to hire workers without prior semiconductor experience. He said foreign specialists must be allowed to enter the country to train American workers, describing it as a temporary but essential step toward rebuilding the industry. The remarks appeared to reference TSMC, which is investing $165 billion to expand its Arizona operations with multiple fabs, advanced packaging facilities, and an R&D center. Google officially opened its Shilin office, the company's largest AI infrastructure research and development or R&D center outside of its United States headquarters. President Lai Ching-te attended the opening ceremony in Taipei this Thursday, saying that this office, in addition to the company's Banqiao location in New Taipei, demonstrates Google's growing confidence in and commitment to long-term investment in Taiwan. Lai said that Taiwan's open democratic system, world-class semiconductor industry, and outstanding talent have made Taiwan an important partner for Google. With the official opening of the R&D Center, cooperation between Google and Taiwanese industries will be further strengthened, consolidating Taiwan's leading position in the global AI supply chain, he added. Regarding why Taiwan has become an important partner for Google, the president said,
Taiwan holds a crucial strategic position in the Indo-Pacific. We also have a world-class semiconductor industry cluster, high-level R&D talent, and a sound system for intellectual property rights. These factors make Taiwan an optimal base for developing integrated AI software and hardware.
The president said that while facing the global AI wave, Taiwan will continue leveraging its strengths, with the government promoting 10 new AI infrastructure initiatives that aim to generate 15 trillion NT dollars or 480 billion US dollars, create 500,000 high-paying jobs by 2040, and rank Taiwan among the top 5 globally in AI capabilities, effectively transforming it into an AI island. Vice President of Taiwan's legislature, Zhang Zizhen, led a cross-party delegation of legislators to Paraguay to visit President Santiago Peña. Zhang expressed gratitude to Peña for consistently supporting Taiwan on the international stage, pledged continued cooperation, and invited him to visit Taiwan again, as detailed in a press release this Thursday. Peña warmly welcomed the legislators, sharing Paraguay's history and foreign policy while noting that Paraguay and Taiwan face similar difficulties and challenges. The two countries' economics and industries are highly complementary, the president explained. He cited shared values as the foundation for the bilateral relationship and emphasized the importance of independence, autonomy, and democracy. Zhang also expressed his appreciation for the bilateral education programs, saying he believes it is the best way to share knowledge and values. He added that the campus is a space for enhancing exchange and friendship, allowing international relations to strengthen. He shared his hope that more Paraguayan students will study in Taiwan in the future. The delegation also visited the Institute of Tropical Medicine to observe the Health Information System, or HIS, project in action. Zhang said the HIS project is a model of cooperation both warm and Taiwanese, saying that technology always stems from humanity and stressing that the achievement should be promoted to more countries in need. Paraguay's Public Health Minister Maria Teresa Baran Waselchuk highlighted the project's significant impact on Paraguay's healthcare system and expressed gratitude to Taiwan for its outstanding contributions to public health. China's backlash to Japan's remarks on a Taiwan contingency is spilling into culture.
Cultural exchanges are becoming the first casualties of rapidly deteriorating China-Japan relations as political tensions over remarks about a potential, quote, Taiwan contingency ripple into the entertainment sector. The fallout stems from comments by Japanese Prime Minister Takashi Sane, who told the Diet that a Chinese attack on Taiwan could constitute a, quote, survival-threatening situation under Japan's security laws, enabling collective self-defense. Beijing condemned the remarks, summoned Japan's ambassador, and issued a series of warnings through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Culture and Tourism, and Ministry of Education, urging Chinese citizens to avoid traveling to Japan and reconsider study plans. The political backlash quickly reached China's movie schedules. Cinema managers in Beijing announced that Japanese productions such as Demon Hunter's Infinity Castle would be pulled nationwide, according to Taiwan's central news agency, CNA. The disruption comes amid a sluggish year for China's film market. China's National Day holiday box office revenue reached only $258 million US dollars, down from $295 million US dollars last year. Foreign releases were expected to help revive the market, but the current political climate is impeding that hope. However, Taiwan's CNA local reports show that despite government advisories, many Chinese citizens appear unfazed. Frequent travelers told reporters that they do not plan to change their arrangements, saying anti-Japan sentiment has surged and faded many times before. Others noted that practical concerns such as pandemic-era travel disruptions mattered more than shifting diplomatic winds. As officials exchange warnings and cultural products face sudden restrictions, public reactions suggest day-to-day ties may prove more resilient than the political rhetoric suggests.
Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Michelle Chang. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.